In 1789, France was like a party where the bread money ran out and the guests were starving mad. The people growled in the streets. Taxes piled up like mountains. While King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette were busy trying on new wigs in their opulent palace, who could stand this? But wait, how did France become this ticking time bomb? Let's rewind a bit to find out. Imagine you're an 18th century French farmer. You toil all day, but the king takes almost all your money. Salt tax, land tax, even a sun tax existed. Meanwhile, nobles lived like royalty, paying nothing and boasting about lavish parties. What about King Louis XVI? He wasn't evil, but he was like a clumsy guy steering a ship about to hit rocks. The treasury was empty due to wars, parties, and Marie Antoinette's expensive dresses. People rumored she said, "No bread? Let them eat cake," true or not. This statement infuriated the whole country. Wouldn't you be furious if you heard that? By 1789, France was like a balloon about to pop. The people were hungry. The king was broke, and everyone started whispering, "It's time for a change." They gathered in the Estates General, where three classes, clergy, nobility, and commoners, sat down to discuss national affairs. But hold on, commoners made up 98% of the population, yet their votes were crushed by the nobles and clergy. Fair? Not at all. A fichement in Paris, named Charlotte, stood up and yelled, "We are not trash!" So the commoners got angry, declared themselves the National Assembly, and proclaimed, "We will write a new constitution, whether the king likes it or not." Louis panicked, locking the meeting hall. Did you think they'd give up? No way. Things exploded on July 14th, 1789. Parisians heard the king was bringing in troops to quell the unrest. They wouldn't sit idly by. Led by women like Charlotte, they stormed the Bastille fortress, a prison and armory. After a few hours of gunfire and shouting, the fortress fell, the crowd cheered, tore down walls, and freed 7 prisoners. Yeah, only 7. But that moment was like the spark that ignited the revolution. This day is now France's National Day. Pretty epic, right? But did you think the revolution stopped there? Oh, it was just the beginning. The people wanted to overthrow feudalism, demand equality, and write a constitution. They stormed the palace, dragged King Louis and Marie Antoinette to Paris, caging them like birds. But within the revolution, people started arguing. One side wanted gentle reform, the other wanted to smash everything. A guy named Jean-Paul Marat, writing newspapers, calling people to rise up, became a hero of the masses. But then, neighboring countries like Austria and Prussia saw France in chaos and thought, opportunity, let's invade and grab land. War broke out, tightening everything like a drum. Can you guess what happened next? In 1793, King Louis XVI was brought to the guillotine. The blade fell, and the entire monarchy vanished to cheers. Marie Antoinette met the same fate not long after, but the revolution began to devour itself. The Reign of Terror erupted, led by Robespierre, who thought the guillotine was the solution to all problems. You cough at the wrong time? Guillotine. Look at someone too long? Guillotine. Tens of thousands lost their heads, including Marat, killed by a girl right in his bathtub. Ultimately, Robespierre himself was turned on by his comrades. They yelled, "Enough, buddy!" And so the guillotine was back in business. Who would have thought, right? After 10 years of chaos, France finally stabilized. No more king. A republic was born, but right then, a short guy, wearing a big hat, named Napoleon Bonaparte, stepped onto the stage, ready to turn France into an empire or cause more trouble. That's a story for another time. What did the French Revolution teach us? When people are pushed to the brink, they will rise up and nothing can stop them. But big changes often come with blood and tears. What do you think? If you were Charlotte, the fishmonger in Paris, would you wield a knife or stand by and watch? While you ponder, notice. In Russia, another hungry crowd is glaring at their emperor. Another revolution about to erupt? Stay tuned.